And for this, Al, if we could just get a little bit of house lights, that would be great. For this volunteer, I need actually an adult man. And really the best thing is I'd like to have a dad. I'd like to have a non-juggler. And the best dads are the ones who are being volunteered by their children. So let's get the pointing started. Oh, it's getting crazy. There's a lot of pointing here, but I think he might kill me if I picked him. I want that guy right there. Come on up, let's hear it from my brave volunteer. You can be extra happy because it's not you. How you doing? Good. Good. What's your name? Steve. Steve. Have you ever been on stage before, Steve? No? Okay. Well, this is good. So part of the point of this routine is just to share a little bit of our world with somebody else. So the first step, or the first bit of stagecraft advice, you're already doing great at, which is stand in the bright spot and face the people. So good job there. And one of the benefits of a nice theater like this is you actually can't really see the people, so it's not as scary. So that's good. And one of the things that's really specific, a bit of stagecraft that's specific to variety artists, is that because we're doing tricks, when we finish a trick, we often will do a pose. And the reason for that is it tells the audience it's time to applaud, and they want to share their appreciation, but also points out the end of the trick. So we're going to be doing a few things together. I'm going to have you pose, but I didn't bring you up here to embarrass you. And if at any point you start to feel embarrassed, remember that you're not doing it for me, you're not doing it for the people, you're doing it for your children. So give it a little thought, think about what your pose might be. It doesn't have to be big, it can be a little thing, it can be super subtle, it can be really big, it can be crazy, whatever is appropriate for your personality. And you don't have to do the same thing every time. But for me, personally, when I do a pose, I like to do something like... All right, so do you have something in mind? All right, so we're gonna do a practice one, you'll do a practice pose, they'll do a little practice applause. Just count of three, ready? 1, 2, 3, pose. Your kids taught you that one? That's good. All right, so we're gonna do, that was a great practice, but now we wanna do a trick together, and I'm just gonna move the food here. We're gonna do a trick together, so we wanna, I'm bringing out, this is a traditional bit of vaudeville paraphernalia. It's just a bundle of pasta, and you can already feel a little bit good, because ordinarily when this kind of bundle of pasta comes out, it's accompanied with a bullwhip. But instead of a bullwhip, I've got a yo-yo. So I'm going to have you hold on to the pasta. If you can hold it with a nice firm, super firm grip, what's going to happen, if you can take one step that way for me, I'm going to use the yo-yo, I'm going to break the pasta, you're going to do a pose, crowd goes wild. Are you ready? All right, here we go. And another little bit of stagecraft is when a variety artist is finished with a prop. Nice. Excellent. All right, so that was pretty good, but it's nice to do things in increments, so we're going to take it up to the next level. And one of the coolest tricks that's ever been done in the history of humanity is when a martial arts expert breaks a board with their hand. Right? Yeah. All right, so we're going to do this the yo-yo guy way. Instead of just one little board, I brought with me an entire stack of lasagna noodles. Yeah. I know, because lasagna is totally tough. All right, so I'm going to have you hold the noodles by the end, like that, facing me. And then this yo-yo, this is going to represent millennia of martial arts expertise. So just imagine Bruce Lee's fists, Jet Li's feet, and Chuck Norris's beard, all wrapped up in this one adorable little nugget. So I'm going to take this nugget, I'm going to smash the pasta, you're going to do a pose, thunderous applause. And there's plenty of distance here because you got your arms out in front of you. There's very little chance that your face is going to get al dente. So, should be. Pretty happy with that one. All All right, so I'm just gonna zoom in, I'm gonna hone in on the spacing here a little bit. All right, you ready? Here we go. That was exciting. All right, Steve. Another rule of the stage is the rule of threes. It's good for stage, it's good for storytelling. You want to build things up in increments, and the third one is the biggest. So we're going to take it up to the next level. Are you ready? All right. You probably were not aware that when you came to the MadFest Juggling Extravaganza today, you were going to end up making a fashion statement. But you have the great honor, in fact, the Madison debut of the noodle helmets. Yes. Pasta for your pate. Noodles on your noodle. I really wanted to have a third pasta pun in there, but it turns out there are only 2 words in the English language for pasta. And that was the sound of 800 people trying to come up with a synonym for pasta. All right. That's not... There we go. Oh, that looks good. All right, I really hope this doesn't strain your neck. Oh no! No, but check it out. It's like it never happened. All right, put this right on here, like that. And safety first, we're going to ratchet it down. Get some chin strap action. Looking good. All right, say hello to your people. And the best part is, at this moment, I always like to look out, because in general, at shows like this, there's no videotaping or photography allowed. But the kids always have the camera phones up, and I think you should keep it up. That's excellent. All right, so if you can turn to face the people. So what's going to happen here? Yeah, that's good. So what's going to happen here? I'm going to stand behind you. I'm going to do loop-the-loop with the yo-yo. And I know you may be worried that you feel a little bit silly. But you look great. It's really good. So I'm gonna get behind you. I'm gonna do loop-the-loop with the yo-yo. I'm gonna break one lasagna off one side. I'm gonna break the other lasagna off the other side. I'll ask you to turn sideways and then shoop, spaghetti mohawk haircut. And then don't forget to pose. All right, you ready? All right. You actually look like you're a little nervous. Penny, for your thoughts. You know, I don't know if you guys realize it, but my grandfather pastaed this down to me. He also gave me a speech impediment. Steve, that's all I can remember. So I think we're done with the pasta puns. All right, here we go. Going in for the first lasagna. Oh, that was exciting. Here comes the other one. Oh boy. All right, Steve, turn sideways for the mohawk haircut. We did it! Man, yeah. All right, let's get this uninstalled here. Go like that. And Steve, this is the best part. Not only do you get the great footage from your children and the experience of being on stage, you also get your very own snack for later. Take this one too. All right, thanks Steve, appreciate it. Let's hear it for him one more time.